Mine was for me. I do thank you. I have survived today. I've been up since about 4:30 this morning. Been a busy day. Wanted to I had several things I actually wanted to talk about, and I had some thoughts before I actually came. The time ran out because I've just been busy. Just finished doing the vagina monologues last month. It was a success. We raised nearly $5,000. So that was a good thing. And I want to thank everyone who signed the petition, or at least knew about my petition. I did go up to the Capitol on Monday, and I was able to get it out to about 5 different senators. Completely nonsense stuff. I wasn't one of the ones who testified. Latest information on this looks like it's going to go in the Senate.
Can you tell people what the petition was?
My petition was about the bathroom bill. I had nearly 300 signatures. So the fight's not over. It puts a lot of transgender individuals in jeopardy, in harm's way. There's a lot of these other crazy bills out there as well. Last month I also talked about, finally got a book. One of my favorite places to hang out is a place called Patsy's Cowgirl Cafe. It's a place that I go to every Friday evening. I started bringing this book with me, and as I'm sitting there waiting for the band, sometimes things will come to me, and I thought, you know what, I need to have that book with me so I can jot down some things that I want to write. So I do have a poem that I did put together, and this was done while I was sitting at Patsy's Cowgirl Cafe. This is unfinished. This is entitled, "A Woman Full of Life." Inside this body lives a woman full of life. A woman full of passion. Passion to follow her heart. Passion to do what's right. When a person is born into this world, life begins anew. Too young to hate. Too young to discriminate. Too young to lie. Too young to steal. Inside each human, there's a spark of energy. Energy to breathe, to feel, to hear, to think, to reason and decide, to speak up and speak out. Energy to love, energy to care, energy to be open and honest, energy to risk and take chances, energy to endure a broken heart, time and energy to heal. Inside this woman lives a spirit that sees good in everyone. There's already a plethora of evil. Inside this woman, there's faith, hope, and love.
Hope Ruiz. In her boots?
There's something satisfying about walking in boots. Ishan, you take what is beautiful about me and make it ugly. You're afraid of my mystery and want binding answers with rigid, straight lines and definitions I cannot give you, for I do not know them myself, nor do I really care. The unknown scares you, and you lash out like a wounded animal trapped in a corner. The closer I get to you, the more closed you become. The sacred feminine both calls to you and repels you. An ancient wound revealed that I cannot heal. Yet seeing my beloved wounded, the mother in me is compelled to try, only to get wounded myself. So I retreat, to lick my own wounds, like Ishel and her jaguar, waxing and waning moon at the same time. For as I let you go, I feel myself expanding again, to my full roundness, filling in my curving lines, voluptuous and strong, threatening no one as I shine from up above. I only wish you could look up and see me and feel my light. Maybe one day you won't feel the need to pull the moon from the sky and hold her in your hand, but can fly up to join her like Orion, and we can dance in the stars until daybreak.
Deagle.
Kind of funny, I started writing this before we even started, and the topic today was survivability.
Survivability.
So it's kind of cool that, while y'all were talking, I kind of was nitpicking and stuff. Yeah. It's kind of cool. Okay. So, I didn't really give this a name, but I guess it's like, I guess the first thing that I said. So I'm a 21st century nomad, not knowing where I will lay my head next. A human being human, inhumanly seeing what my eyes perceive as deceiving beings that stay locked away in the strongholds of stress. I feel forced to evolve in these remnants of time, but I ask myself, am I an entity that is forced evolution? I am restless, still feeling somehow breathless, driving on a path like an undercurrent taking the fearless. So I am furious with the curious and meddling hands that gather the resources to consume me in their ways of keeping my spirit tethered on a path of servitude, unknowing to whom I may say things that will bring you my nomadic thoughts of wealthiness. And yes, wealthy I am, for I would say I have nothing to lose. Little it is, small it may seem, my glass is half full. With the shoe marks that imprint on the ground as I walk, I have everything to gain. And with a sticky note attached to that, I feel that it doesn't cost, in the sense of surviving, it doesn't cost anything to live. It's the lifestyle I want to live that costs.
That's true.
Brian Gross.
Oh boy, I haven't picked one yet. Can you jump me?
Oh, man.
Oh.
What an invitation.
Well, I had to go to the head shop next door.
He'll come when he's ready.
All right.
Throw me in after the next person.
Okay. Cliff Marroquin. Okay. 50-50, Marroquin. I don't know. Should probably get even worse.
So this is the second time I've been here. First time, I teach at the blind school in the PN, so I had to call in sick to come read here my first time. And just wanted to say thank you to everyone that's here and was there last time, and thank you Internet, because nobody told on me. And so I'm on spring break, and I'm able to be here. And thank you for listening. But yeah, so my piece is called Writing Desk, and it's in the spirit of survival, but I started out with a quote from Dennis Johnson's Jesus is Son. All these weirdos and me getting a little better every day right in the midst of them. I had never known, never even imagined for a heartbeat that there might be a place for people like us. I discovered my home was a storehouse for cocaine. It was kept in the garage, and it was an easy way for my bipolar roommate to make money. I came back from substitute teaching at an underprivileged middle school, took a nap, and when I woke, I heard an unknown man ask my roommate a few questions. Well, how much does he know? I don't know, my roommate said. Well, we're gonna have to find out. I left that house that night, and when my roommate asked where I was, I said I had met a girl. He was impressed. That next day, I went to work at the juice bar at Whole Foods. The grinding of the kale, cucumbers, and celery seemed to be a perfect harmony with my home life. Between rushes, I told my coworker Ben, a kind, socially awkward gentleman, about my conundrum. Ben was leaving Whole Foods to teach English in Korea for a second time. This would allow him to save the time and money to get certified in yoga, paint, and walk around Seoul as a monk. Cliff, I'm leaving in 3 days, but I have a floor. You are more than welcome to sleep on the floor, Ben said. After work, I rode the bus to Ben's place in East Austin. I got there, and his room was a pull-up bar, carpet, and an aged cube wooden desk in the corner. The desk laminated wood was wounded with errant chips and coffee cup outlines, but it still found a way to glow. After showing me his sleeping space, we talked in the wrecked-out living room. I like Austin, but I think I belong in Seoul. There's a Dutch man that teaches yoga master classes, and I feel like that's my place, Ben said. Plus, he continued, it's time with my family in Wisconsin taking a ski trip. I will get to take a ski trip before I leave. Just then, Ben's roommates arrived. Ben and I went into his room and shut the door. The lights were off. Cliff, there's cocaine here too, Ben uttered at a low volume. I could hear the couple sniffing and talking fast. The man was giving his girlfriend advice on a deal they were about to make and how she should keep calm. They kept sniffing and the time felt endless. At some point, sleep extinguished my fear. My backpack was my pillow. We woke up early the next morning. I had plenty of time to get to my noon shift. I told Ben he had a really nice desk. He thanked me and said that he wished he'd done more projects. Amanda is going to take the desk off my hands. But I still have my teapot and pour-over cup. Would you like to have my teapot? I told Ben I would love to have his teapot, and he meticulously put it in his original box and gave it to me. That's really nice. Thanks, Ben, I said. You're welcome. I'm just glad someone will continue to enjoy it. You should catch the bus. It leaves from across the street. How long till it comes? Ben asked. I checked my phone and it said 5 minutes. You should really go across the street, he advised. I caught the bus and shared it with 2 men in cowboy hats. The father and son later got on. The father and son exited at 12th and Chacon. Dealers had set up a shop right at the bus stop. The father clutched his child's head and his shoulder and walked across the street. His son didn't see a thing. I made it to work with plenty of time to spare. I grinded up vegetables for another day. Another friend would let me stay with him for a few weeks while I found a place. Ben went to live in Korea while I found a place in the armpit of Hancock, right next to the interstate. A few weeks later, I was laterally moved to the taco bar, where the pace was a bit slower. I slapped pork tacos alongside vegans. Amanda, a kind, composed Whole Foods supervisor, said how she missed Ben. I do too, I said. He was really odd, but very kind. He gave me his teapot. Yeah, he was odd, Amanda said. I helped him move the last of his things. I have his desk in my carport, she said. Do you need it? I asked hopeful. No, help yourself. We don't have any room, she said. I enlisted Jock, an exhausted, hard-working man who'd run the gamut of service jobs. He'd garnered respect from us for his work ethic and friendship with Gus of Breaking Bad. Hey, Jock, do you have a truck? I asked. Jock froze in suspicion. Why? Amanda has Ben's old desk. I was going to see if I could get some help moving it. I'll buy you dinner. Yeah, I'll help you. I never tell people I have a truck, and he gave an exhausted laugh. Tomorrow work? Jock said. I get off at 6. Yeah, let's do it then. Thanks, Jock, I replied. The next day, Jock and I headed to East Riverside, a dodgy neighborhood in southeast central Austin. Amanda wasn't home, but she said we could grab it from her carport. Jock and I pulled into the neighborhood. Here, Amanda said we could just grab it from the carport, I declared. We walked to the back of the townhouse's carport and explored the back end of the driveway. There's no desk here, I said. Just then, a long-haired, strung-out looking man eyed us from his doorway. Hi, sir, my name's Cliff, and my coworker Amanda had an old desk of hers sitting out, I say. The man just stared. I think we got the wrong house, Jock, I exclaimed. We began walking back to his truck parked at the curb. I don't like this, Cliff. What you got me wrapped up in is not cool, man, Jock declared. I looked at the address I'd written down and realized Amanda's home was one house down. Over here, Jock. I led us to the wrong house. My bad. Jock backed his truck into Amanda's driveway and we scooped the desk up into his truck and got the hell out of East Riverside. Jock told me old stories from driving a limo. He said most of his clientele was detached and insincere and the paycheck was slim. He helped me get the desk upstairs to my room. He thought my $525 a month in rent was a steal. He said he wasn't going to take me up on the dinner offer. We both knew our paychecks couldn't afford it. In my living space, German cockroaches trickle in and out of every room, and the apartment complex's pool will fluctuate between blue and green. These living maladies disappear when I'm at my bruised desk. The roaches wane, the pool evaporates, and ink gives way to the spell of storytelling. I'm thankful for it each and every day.
Beautiful. All right. Once again, right? I think you like 2